little bit of rain showers early in the morning, high of 51 later today.
The holiday season is just around the corner. Perhaps you need to spruce up your home, or maybe you need some maintenance on your vehicle to get it road ready for holiday travel. And then let's not forget about purchasing all the gifts. At ABC Finance, we can help with loans from $500 to $12,000. Decisions are made quickly, usually within an hour. Apply online at abcfinanceonline.com or stop by our locations on Fort Campbell Boulevard in Hopkinsville and the Princeton Plaza in Princeton.
Life is filled with moments. Moments we share with those we love, worry about, and strive to protect the most. At Woodman Life, we provide life insurance and retirement products to help protect you and your family so that you can enjoy all the moments to come.
This is Josh Ray, your local Woodman Life agent. Come see us at 1009 West Main Street or give us a call at 365-6111.
Certain eligibility and age restrictions apply. Woodman of the World Life Insurance Society, Omaha, Nebraska.
Dear Santa, my papa doesn't hear me very well. When I tell him I love him, he can't hear me. It makes me so sad. Please, Santa, bring him some Audible hearing aids. Love, Emily.
It's so good to hear you say you love me.
Ho, 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 ho!
Best Christmas ever!
Call Audible today for your free hearing test.
There's no better time than now to hear better for Christmas.
Call Audible 270-554-1900.
Kentucky's oldest and best rodeo is back and better than ever. It's the MSU Racer Roundup, coming November 18th to the 20th at the Bill Cherry Expo Center in Murray, Kentucky. Show starts 7 p.m. nightly. It's 3 big nights of wild, heart-pounding rodeo action as some of the best rodeo athletes battle for their shot at the College National Finals Rodeo. Don't miss a moment of all the riding and roping action. And advanced kids tickets are just $5. Save money. Buy your tickets now online at msurodeo.eventbrite.com. Hang on tight, because it's going to be a wild ride.
The West Kentucky Select Bred Heifer Sale is this Saturday, November 20th at 12 o'clock at the Kentucky-Tennessee Livestock Market in Guthrie, Kentucky. Selling are 250 spring calving heifers bred to calving East bulls from 12 operations in Kentucky and Tennessee. Heifers have met strict guidelines for pelvic area, herd health, and nutrition. All these heifers meet the requirements for both the Kentucky Cape and the Tennessee Tape cost share programs. Also selling immediately after the heifers are 3 Angus bulls and 1 Beefmaster Angus bull. These bulls are 2 years old and ready for service. If you're needing spring calving replacements or a new herd bull, make plans to go to the West Kentucky Select Bred Heifer Sale at the Kentucky-Tennessee Livestock Market on the Russell Road in Guthrie this Saturday, November 20th at 12 o'clock. More info can be found at kyheifersale.com.
Get the care that you need to stay mentally and physically well from the convenience of your home. Health First Community Health Center is doing their part to help stop the spread. They're now offering telehealth services to keep you healthy at home. Scheduling a virtual visit with your medical or behavioral health provider is easy. All you need is a smartphone, tablet, or computer and internet access. Contact their office for an appointment at 877-667-7017. That's 877-667-7017. At Health First, your health is their first concern.
While you're out shopping all the great deals for Black Friday and Small Business Saturday, stop by the Black Patch Grill for some great food and drink. Take a quick rest and get refueled for another round of shopping, or call it a night, relax, and wind down with the town at their favorite spot around.
It's time for your SportsEdge.com Sideline Report with Todd Griffin. Talking sports and more here on 1580, 103.3 WPKY and worldwide at WPKYonline.com. Here's your host, Todd Griffin.
Good morning, everyone. The Sideline Report is on the air this morning from 1035 West Main Street in Princeton. Thanks for tuning in, as always. This is Todd Griffin of WPKY Radio and your SportsEdge.com. And lots of basketball talk coming up on the show today. First of all, Caldwell County Tiger head coach Daniel Cookie Hicko is in the studio with us. Daniel, good morning. How's practice looking for you guys?
Good morning, Todd. It's looking really, really good. We've had about a week and a half with our full team in there, and we're figuring some things out. Got a couple scrimmages coming up, so we're excited about where we are.
Also with us this morning is Tori Hammett, who is the organizer for the West Kentucky Hoops Classic. And, Tori, that thing will be here before you know it.
Yeah, it's coming up on us fast.
Yeah.
Time's getting by. The whole year's gotten by, and here we sit in November, so we're coming quick. Looking forward to it. The season's about to start, so it's going to be a good time.
So you have a schedule ready to give to us, and We'll make everybody wait on that for just a minute. We need to get to a break here in just a second, but everything is set and ready to go for this year's event.
Yeah, it's loaded and ready to go, and got some great things planned for it. Got several states represented again, so it's going to be a good time at the Cab.
We're going to talk about all of that when we come back. Stay with us. The Sideline Report continues here on 1580 103.3 WPKY.
Get into shape and feel good at Trilogy Performance Sports. Trilogy offers a wide range of family-friendly classes as well as personal training, yoga, gymnastics, sports training, cardio, and weightlifting. Trilogy has something for everyone. Trilogy now offers an app with online workouts, live classes, nutrition tracking, and more. Search Trilogy Performance Sports in your app store. Use sign-up code 1824. For app info and more, follow them on Facebook.
Hi, folks. Announcing Hume's Jewelers half-price estate sale. Yes, this is our pre-Thanksgiving estate jewelry sale, and this year it's half price. Half price on diamond rings, diamond engagement rings, diamond wedding bands, old school diamond clusters, men's rings, gold chains, charms, pins, brooches, all kinds of things. Prices start at $10. This is all previously loved jewelry looking for a new home. It's your chance to get a head start on Christmas with something really unique this year. That's at Hume's Jewelers half-price estate sale. That's Hume's Jewelers on the Boulevard in Hopkinsville. You're also invited to our huge Black Friday sale, and this year it's going to be epic. It's going to start with a Facebook Live on Thanksgiving night from my kitchen table, so be looking forward to all the Black Friday specials.
Goodwin Insurance Agency and Woodall Agency have great news. Effective January 1st, they have joined forces to provide even more options for all your insurance needs. Together, they provide the best prices and coverage from top-rated insurance companies and insure all lines of insurance. See Tori Hammett or Fred Foltz, or go to insurewithgoodwin.com for more information. Don't pay too much for your insurance. Let them shop for you and save today.
My son is not some statistic.
My daughter's not a headline.
My girl, she's not someone's agenda.
What she is
irreplaceable. COVID hospitalizations of young people have
tripled since the start of summer.
So I talked to my daughter's doctor about COVID vaccines.
And she said they're highly effective in preventing hospitalizations
and deaths, even from the Delta variant.
We can do this. Find vaccines near you at vaccines.gov, paid for by the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services.
I'd love nothing better than to put a home-cooked meal on my table every night for my family. But let's get real. I just don't have the time or the energy. Thank goodness for Homemade by Hancock's. Mallory and her staff take the time to make delicious meals that I can pick up while shopping. On those nights, I just can't make dinner happen. Hancock's makes it happen. They save me time. My family and I thank you. Hancock's Neighborhood Market.
Hancock's, we make time for you.
This is the Sideline Report on 1580 103.3 WPKY. Caldwell County boys basketball head coach Daniel Cookie Hicko with us. West Kentucky Hoops Classic organizer Tori Hammett is in the studio with us this morning as well. So lots of basketball talk going on. And Tori, we kind of teased it before the break there, but we now have a schedule ready for this year's event, and a whole lot of teams coming from a whole lot of places.
Yeah, we do. We have 5 states represented this year. 5 states represented in the boys part of the tournament, and then 2 states represented, Kentucky and Mississippi, in the ladies part of the tournament. So, yeah, we'll just touch on a little bit of that real quick. We're going to start again at 11 a.m. on both days. Day 1, we have right here in our area, Lyon County's girls playing Davies County girls, followed by our home Caldwell County girls and the Hickman County girls. We'll come back to the boys in a minute, but we skip a game right there, and then we pick up the Mississippi team, Biggersville, Mississippi, which is right where I'm from. They're a county school in the city school that I went to, and they play Henderson County girls, so that ought to be a really good matchup, and that's at 3:30. And then day 2, we only have 2 girls matches, and Davis County girls playing Hickman County, and then our Caldwell County girls will be the beginning of what we hope is a really well-attended Caldwell County, Lyon County heavy night because we got kind of a special deal where the Caldwell girls will play the Lyon County girls at 3:30, and then the boys match up at 6:30 between Caldwell and Lyon. So we should have a full gym and high intensity and a lot of fun. And in between that, we've got 2 really good matchups from the out-of-state schools from the boys' side.
Well, one of the worst things about COVID last year was not getting to have this event. I mean, really missed it last season.
Yeah, no doubt. And even the lingering effects of that have cost us a team out of South Mississippi that just wasn't sure what was going on and kind of got complicated with would they get planned to come this far away and then it get canceled. So it still was a little bit of a hiccup this year. So maybe we're on the way out of it.
Well, and you were able to replace that team though, and you still got a full field, and everybody's good to go.
Yeah, we're in great shape, and picked up a team out of Missouri, Career Academy, Missouri. So looks to be good. They're out of St. Louis, which has been really hard to get a Missouri team because St. Louis has this massive tournament. So we've actually been able to pluck a team away from St. Louis. So we're looking forward to that.
Well, and if anyone hasn't been to the West Kentucky Hoops Classic before, it's just basketball game after basketball game after basketball game. If you're a hoops junkie, there's not much downtime between games. No. We just keep playing ball. Yeah,
it's nonstop action, and it's really, really fun. I think everybody that's been would say they had a really good time, and you're right. It's a game's over, and the other team's running out on the court, and concessions are rolling, and just nothing. I can't imagine doing anything else that would be any better than sitting in that gym watching basketball all day long. So, you need to plan to be a part, make it a part of your Christmas break and holidays, and college kids back in from school need to come be a part.
Well, and for the first time this year, I think, a big local matchup kind of highlighting the field.
Yeah, it worked out where we could get kind of what I was mentioning a minute ago, our 6:30 December 28th, which will be that Tuesday night. We've got an opportunity to have our Caldwell County Tigers playing Lyon County. And it just worked out where that would be a good matchup. So we've put the Caldwell Lyon girls at 3:30. So it'll be a local flavor, but within a big tournament. So then right on the in between those, we've got Webb, Tennessee, and Murray playing. So of course that'll put even more fans in because Murray will bring some folks. Webb's a little ways away, but they're really good. So I expect them to bring some people. And then we'll close that night with what is one of the best teams in the state of Alabama, Huffman, Alabama, against Career Academy out of St. Louis, Missouri. So should be a great day of basketball from start to finish. I mean, we start with Murray's actually playing 3 games this year, the way it worked out. So we start at 11 a.m. with Murray against Biggersville, Mississippi. Boys, the boys from Biggersville, and of course, again, I'm from there. I'm from that area, Corinth, where I'm from, and Biggersville's the county school. And just talking with some folks down there, they are considered to have one of the top coaches in the state of Mississippi, and Cliff Little, and they won the 1A state championship last year. There's a name synonymous in that area called last name Stafford. Two different college boys have gone out of there, and one of their sons is playing on that team now. He looks 6'6", strong basketball player. So they're going to be athletic and they're going to be good, and they'll play Murray at 11 a.m. that day, and then we'll get to play Caldwell boys. We'll get to play Biggersville boys the first night at 6:30. So it's going to be great, man. It's going to be a killer show.
Well, and the Biggersville teams are kind of unique in that the same guy coaches the girls and the boys.
Yeah, Cliff coaches them both. Got a daughter on the girls team, and it's a unique situation. It is a 1A small school. Historically, back in my time, it was just an automatic win, and they have just gotten better and better. They won state recently, and then they won it again last year too. So. There's just I guess timing. Really good kids coming through at the same time, and with the Stafford boy, he transferred back there this year, so they won state last year without him, and now he's back. So in talking to the coach Cliff, he thinks he can win it again and has plans to win it again.
Well, Daniel, you guys usually end up with a couple of tough games in this thing, but I mean, you guys have always handled yourself really well and competed well against some of those teams.
This is going to be another fun year. Obviously, we know Lyon has a good quality squad, and we're hearing about Biggersville now, and they're going to be a really good basketball team, and that's what you want. You want quality games every single game in our tournament, and that's what we've been able to have, the last several years. And it's it's just going to be a fun couple of days there at the Cab.
Tori, usually some big name players coming in, and word on the street is that Lyon County team has a sophomore that's kind of making some news.
Yeah, he's made some moves in the college offer world, and looking forward to having a chance to have him here. And it's just not worked out in times past, but maybe we can have a good night with them. And of course we need to get the win. Caldwell, we want Caldwell to get the win, but it will be fun. We have our own Jabrion Spikes, as well as and I consider Jabrion to be a really, really great player, as well as some other kids that I think will fill in well. The Whittington boys are scrappy and just tenacious defense, and when they cut that on game time, man, they're hard to handle, and I wouldn't want them guarding me. So I'm looking forward to it. They all know each other. They've all played together. I mean, it's just going to be, man, it's going to be nice. It's going to be a nice, hyped-up event. And I will say this about Caldwell. I've told Daniel this before. Man, Caldwell's played some of their best games in this event. And I guess, the mindset is, I have to get with it. I really have to get with it. And they've pulled off some wins and had some near misses with some really quality teams. So we're looking forward to it, man.
Well, and you're looking for the best teams out there you can get to come here. So, the home team's going to be matched up against somebody pretty good.
Right. Yeah, you can't. There's just no way around that. So it has worked out where they've had to play some tough teams. But
and I think it's important to look back at just how we got to this point of what the West Kentucky Hoops Classic is now. We started this. Coach Thomas and I were looking for home games, and not travel so much over the break, and then all of a sudden, here we are approaching 10 years later. And we've got teams from, one year I think we had 7 different states represented. Mm-hmm. Maybe one year was 8, but I know it was like 7 from all over. And we've had there was a team from Oklahoma a couple of years ago that was one of the top teams in their class in there. And then last year, we got Biggersville now, who won the state championship last year. We've had Center Hill, Mississippi. The teams from different parts of the country. It's a really cool deal to have that kind of basketball for 2 days at the Cab. And as a coach, obviously you want our guys to play some high quality opponents, and we're going to do that again this year. But it's also cool to see what basketball looks like in other parts of the country, and it's just a really cool atmosphere.
Well, just a couple of years ago, you had the number 1 team from Oklahoma and the number 1 team from Mississippi playing here.
What a game!
Yeah. And it was a heck of a game.
It was a game. I'm telling you, that was probably the best game we've ever had there, and it was insane. And you hope for those matchups. It's been a harder year because of the COVID deal and teams not really being sure. It was a little bit more difficult to lock in, and it just wasn't as easy. And you just never know what you're matching against what. So you try to, like, we've got a team, Arlington, Tennessee, outside of Memphis. They're coming in, and they had a little hiccup this year with a coach leaving and then hiring a new coach. A couple of their kids splintered across Mississippi across Memphis in a couple of different Memphis schools. So you hope to have you want the 2-3 point matchup, maybe in overtime. You don't want any blowouts, and I feel like we're in position to not have that happen. But man, you never know. But I say that to say, if you've been here over the last many years, we haven't had blowouts. We've had some tied games, and that's what everybody wants to see. Everybody likes to get in there, pick a team that you're going to ride with for that game that you have. When you don't know the 2 teams, I always kind of line up with a team and warm ups. I'm like, I'm going to pull for that team, and so it's just a lot of fun.
Well, and a credit to a lot of the teams that play here. They want to see the other good teams.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Everybody wants to play. They don't want to run out. They want to play a good team, and it makes all the kids play better, and makes for better fan, participation. So we're looking forward to it. It's going to be good. I'll run off the girls teams. Let me run off the boys real quick. So we do have Murray, Kentucky coming over. They'll match up day 1 with Arlington, Tennessee, that I just mentioned, and then we have this is one of our Alabama teams that got caught up in the last year's having to cancel for the COVID, but Lee Montgomery, Alabama. That's a 7A. Alabama school out of South Alabama, Lee Montgomery. And I know a little bit about them, not quite as much, but I know they're going to be good because 7A in Alabama is going to be good no matter who they are. And then Career Academy, Missouri, and then that's at 5. At 6:30, Caldwell will match up with Biggersville, and then at 8 o'clock, Huffman, Alabama, 6A Huffman, Alabama will match up with Webb, Tennessee. So so all of our boys teams: Murray, Kentucky; Biggersville, Mississippi; Lee, Montgomery, Alabama; Arlington, Tennessee; Webb. They're called Bell Buckle. Webb, Bell Buckle, Tennessee; Caldwell, of course, local Caldwell and local Lyon County; Huffman, Alabama; and Career Academy, Missouri, out of St. Louis. So, yeah, 5 states, man. It's gonna be hype.
Yeah, that's going to be a heck of 2 days of basketball action at the Cab, December 27th and 28th, right after the holiday, so right after Christmas. So
yeah,
it's always good to have that big tournament here. And when Daniel was talking about trying to find home games, I was thinking, I was one of the people trying to encourage you to find some home games around the holidays, because it seemed like every time we got in a tournament, it was 2 hours or 3 hours away. So
absolutely,
I'm glad we could get the home games on there.
Absolutely, and it's really been a joint effort from a lot of different people that have been able to make this event. Even when we started just looking at home games, we've had 3 title sponsors who've been with us from the very beginning: Goodwin Insurance, Williams & Fawn Associates, and First Southern, and they've been great to work with, very supportive, and along with a whole list of other sponsors that have donated their time, donated meals or money, or just because it does, to put on an event of this magnitude, it does take a lot of help. And so we're very fortunate to live in a community that provides that help and wants something like this in our community.
One cool aspect I always liked was the team breakfast. Is that back this year?
It is back this year. We've got it planned again to be held over at the gymnasium, the Life Center at First Baptist, and it is going to be a good event. Of course, that's another one of our MVP sponsors, the Joseph Storsby and HR Ministries, and they have worked with First Southern this year to get Max Apple to come speak to the kids, and Max is the University of Kentucky boys basketball chaplain. I've heard him speak, dynamic speaker, very magnetic. It'll be a great, positive, encouraging, motivational type message for the kids. So we look to have a full gym full of teams over there, and JSB, Joe Storsby and HR Ministries, will provide breakfast, a nice breakfast for all the kids, and some gift items at each player's table. So it's going to be nice, and that's that December 28th morning. So looking forward to being a part of that and seeing you there. It's going to be good. And just real quick, if I can, just mention we are, of course, this is a Caldwell County fundraiser, Caldwell County Athletics fundraiser. Maybe some emphasis on basketball, but it supports other things that a lot of us as parents are interested in, like some of that flowing into the tennis team, which I'm a part of, some of that flowing into the golf team, which people are got kids in, and soccer and other things like that. So any money you spend towards this is to the benefit of Caldwell County athletics, and so it's safe to say it's going to a good place. And he did mention the title sponsors, but we have some already started. Kids are out there soliciting MVP sponsors and teammate sponsors right now. So welcome those kids when you see them, and be a part of helping us have this come to Princeton, Kentucky. But we do have some more MVP sponsors already: Planners Bank, Trilogy Performance Sports, Hudson Logistics, Joseph Storsby and HR Ministries, Lake Barkley CrossFit, which will also be handling our music and entertainment there again this year. Thankful for them. And Bobby Goodwin and Baptist Health Sports Medicine. And then we have a teammate sponsor already, which is Optimus Club. So there's 2 levels to donate. A teammate sponsor can be anything from $100 to $249, and then a teammate sponsor is $250, and that allow the teammate. The MVP sponsor is $250, which gets you on the court MVP, giving away the MVP to one of the player from each team, as well as 4 tickets to the tournament. So and the teammate sponsor of $100 gets you 2 tickets. So there's a place to give. We'll take anything because it is going to a good cause. And again, this year we'll have Caldwell County students, actual Caldwell County students will be able to enter the gym for free. So give your kid $20, send him out there for free for 2 days to be a babysitter, and spend it all on concessions, and that's what we're talking about.
Well, one other question: when you invite these teams here, do you make it known that, hey, we're playing Kentucky basketball rules? Do some states play different rules? How do you get all that aligned up?
Yeah, so about the only real problem we've ever had with that is the ball. We had a team one year that just was not happy with the ball. And, what do you do? I mean, you just that's kind of one of those things that I don't like lead with that with the team. I don't say, hey, this is what we're fixing to do. This is what you're going to be playing with. I don't even talk about that. So it really never comes up to, that last minute when somebody says, hey, we don't like the ball. Can't fix that for you. You're playing in the bluegrass state of Kentucky. You're going to have to go with what we got. But this year it is interesting because a couple states and one that I was trying to get a team from, it just didn't work out. But Georgia has implemented a shot clock.
See, I was going to bring that up. That was my next question.
Dude, I'm down with that. I think the shot clock's great, and I don't know. Maybe it's probably too late this year, but maybe next year if Kentucky doesn't adopt the shot clock, this is kind of I don't know. I don't know how it works down. You had to tell me. I think we ought to have a shot clock. Let's just put it in and play with it. A lot of times tournaments will do some weird things like that. Just put the shot clock in and let's let kids deal with it. But man, I'm for a shot clock. I think that makes basketball better, and you're seeing that on the college level. It's up tempo and good stuff.
Again, the West Kentucky Hoops Classic is December 27th and 28th at the Cab, and I always think it's a great event. And when it started, it was really good, and every year it just keeps getting a little better.
I agree. Every year, and you add the breakfast, you add all the things. It's a good 2 days in the community for for people outside of our community to come in and see our great community, and then for those that are here just to come enjoy some good basketball, good concessions, and all that stuff, and just have a good time. It's right after the holidays, so everybody's kind of celebrated with family, and no better place to come to the Cab in those 2 days.
Tori, anything else about the Hoops Classic?
I don't think so right now. We'll, maybe touch base back again one more time, but it looks like it's, set to be good. Everything's kind of in order. Giving out, hotel information to the teams, which, we do spend money to acquire the kind of teams that we're getting. So it does help when the community, which they always have, sponsors and helps us make this a high quality fundraiser for Caldwell County Athletics. So get involved, call Daniel, call me, Goodwin Insurance, any way you want to support, we'd be interested in hearing from you. So let us know.
That's Tori Hammett and Daniel Cookie Hicko with us this morning. Need to get to a break on the show. Back with more after this here on 1580, 103.3 WPKY.
Raider Auction Company, Hopkinsville, buys and sells farm equipment every day. Find out more at RaiderAuctionCompany.com. That's ROEDER AuctionCompany.com.
Your WPKY Weather Edge Weather Center forecast, a 20% chance of rain early this morning, then it's going to gradually clear off with a high near 51, a west-northwest wind that could be as high as 20 miles an hour. Then tonight, clear skies with a low around 27, a little bit cooler, obviously, than it has been earlier this week. Friday, sunny skies expected with a high near 49, and Friday night, mostly cloudy with a low around 28. We jump into the weekend where it's going to warm up just a little bit, partly sunny on Saturday with a high near 56, and Saturday night, slight chance of showers after midnight, mostly cloudy with a low around 40. Sunday, chance of shower sticks around, mostly cloudy with a high near 59, and then Sunday night, a slight chance of showers right around midnight, partly cloudy with a low around 32. But rolling it back to today, 20% chance of rain early in the morning, then it gradually gets nice with a high of 51.
Trice Hughes has been serving Western Kentucky for over 60 years. Their experienced sales force, ASE certified techs, and all the friendly folks at Trice Hughes have worked to become your family's exclusive automotive dealer. The home team that's kept our families safe on the road for generations. From work to play and everything in between, your home team has what you need. Stop by and drive the difference. Our home team, Trice Hughes, Highway 91 North in Princeton.
Imagine this. It's late at night, it's cold and dark, and you have a flat tire. One never knows when old Bessie's going to cause you problems. There's only one place to call, Wallace Towing and Recovery in Princeton. Wallace Towing and Recovery is a 24/7 towing and recovery service. You can count on Wallace Towing and Recovery to get you safe and back on the road or to a repair shop. Wallace Towing and Recovery will jumpstart your vehicle, change a tire, deliver gas, unlock a door, or haul to the garage or scrapyard. Wallace Towing and Recovery has you covered in Princeton and surrounding areas. Call Wallace Towing and Recovery. Check them out on Facebook, and when you need a tow or roadside help, call Wallace Towing and Recovery at 270-963-9081.
This is the Sideline Report on 1580, 103.3 WPKY. I appreciate Tori Hammett coming in this morning and talking about the West Kentucky Hoops Classic. Tori had to get out of here, but Daniel Kukihiko is still with us, and we're still talking basketball. And Daniel, the season opens for you guys Tuesday, November 30th, and that's not that far away.
No, it's not. No, it's not at all. I guess before we get to that, though, just got to give some credit to Tori. He didn't take a whole lot, but he's been pretty instrumental in getting this tournament where it needs to be or where we want it to be, and every year it keeps getting better. So just props to him. But yeah, the basketball season is upon us. First scrimmage Saturday at Grayson County, then we got another one on Wednesday at home versus McLean County at noon, and then a few days off for Thanksgiving, and then it's all go.
Well, you've got a full gym of guys right now, so you're going to have some options when it comes time to decide who gets to play.
We do. We're about a week and a half into practice with our full team, and it's been fun. There's a lot of guys, some new guys in there that are really pushing guys, and it's just going to be really fun. I'm not sure how things are going to shake out yet. We've got, it could be as many as 9 or 10 different guys that find their way to some significant playing time right now. So it's fun.
Well, talked about starting the season. You guys have University Heights Academy coming in for that first regular season contest, and they're the defending second region champions.
They're a tough squad. And they're going to be, tough to handle. They lost a little bit, just like a lot of other teams in the region, but they're going to come in. We played them this summer and played them a really close game this summer. In summer games, you got to take them with a grain of salt because things are a little bit different, running clock, that kind of stuff. But they'll be a good opponent to open up with.
Well, and some of the preseason rankings have you guys pretty high in the region. I think we were number 5 in the Cat's Paws. So, I think sometimes when you start listing the teams, everybody remembers Lyon County and University Heights and Hopkinsville and those teams, but Caldwell was kind of sneaking up on some of those teams too.
Well, I think we've got, going back from last year, just solely off last year, you bring back, 3 starters and you bring back 2 or 3 other guys that played some pretty significant minutes. So anytime you can bring back 6 guys off a previous team that was, that did some things, then I think it draws some attention. So I think that we're in a good spot, and you add about 6-7 more guys that are coming in, competing, pushing for spots. I think that just adds more to the competition, and those rankings. They're talk about them a lot, and they're fun to look at. But at the end of the day, the games are what decide everything. So that's what our philosophy is.
Well, and another really good team, I think, in the second region this year will be Madisonville North Hopkins, and of course that's a district game for you guys.
It is. Our district's going to be very, very tough this year. You got Madisonville, Hopkins Central, and Dawson, and to be quite honest, we probably bring back less players than anybody else in our district, even though we bring back a good amount. Dawson, they lost Pace Kid, but they bring back some other guys, have a new coach over there. Hopkins Central pretty much brings back their entire team. They had a lot of, I think the term that schools are using now is super seniors, and they have also some super juniors and some super sophomores, super freshmen they brought back. So their team's going to look very similar to last year. We saw them play this summer. Madisonville brought back, 2 of their top players, in Zach Tao and K.O. Gaither. And so the district's going to be, it's going to be very, very competitive.
Well, and for you guys, when they started listing the top players in the region, Jay Breon Spikes was among those guys.
I mean, I'll put him up against anybody. He's really, you were talking about COVID on the break there, and when COVID hit, I think a lot of high school players weren't sure how to deal with it for any sport. But once he was able to, he got back into the gym, the weight room, and pretty much by himself with all he could do. And he just really started to work on his body. He's grown a little bit. He's got his body where it needs to be. And then he's worked on his game and his mental toughness, all aspects. And he's going to be fun to coach this year. He's going to be fun to watch for, hopefully tough to play against for everybody else we play against.
Well, you always have to have a go-to player, and he's definitely that for you guys. But you also need those other guys around him to have a good team.
We do. You're talking about guys we bring back, the Whittingtons, Carter and Collin, they started last year most every game as a freshman and 8th grader. You don't find that too often. And those two guys are, I can already tell from a leadership standpoint, along with Jay Brown, those two guys are being more vocal in the gym. They're coming in with, the aspect that we're going to get better, the aspect that, they're going to be contributors this year. Not that they weren't last year, but they're going to be more contributors this year. And then you throw, a Blake Vibret, a Xavier Bumpus, a Dewey Riley, and some of these other guys, Elijah Shaheen, Camden Wolford had a really good summer, Jack Englebright, Demarius Thompson. I mean, the list goes on, and Isaiah Joyner. The list goes on of guys that are just pushing for time.
Well, and with those football players, you get some size and some strength with those guys who have come out now.
Absolutely. We get some toughness, too. There are a couple of them that are, and they've said, I'm a football player. And I said, I know, I can tell. They're really good at fouling. They're really good at just setting screens and playing tough. And I think it's something that we needed. Not that we weren't tough already, but they're going to bring a level of toughness that we're going to need every day in practice, because we know what we're going to play against in games.
We've talked about the West Kentucky Hoops Classic. That's always a big deal, and I'm always impressed at how well that's put together and how well that's run. But you guys have another Christmas or holiday event going to McLean County before Christmas.
We do. We're going to McLean County. The schedule just came out recently. We opened up with Mayfield there, and it's more of a tournament type deal. You play a couple games the first day, and then you match up with the other side of the pool on the same position. So, you compete. I think there's 8 teams there. So we'll play, 3 games in a couple of days and compete for, try a title there, so to speak. And so it's going to be a good atmosphere over there. There's a lot of teams that are just like us. They're teams that may have lost a few guys from last year, but still some pretty solid basketball teams over there.
Well, and looking ahead to January, the All-A Classic rolls around, and that regional is going to be a bear.
It is. There's, you think about a lot of the team. We have a lot of All-A teams in our region, and a lot of them are always very competitive. And we open up with Livingston Central, who can play, and then you got, obviously you have Crittenden, your Lions, your UHAs that are right there. So it's going to be another fun event.
Well, and the guard from Livingston Central came back for another year, right?
I believe so.
Yeah, so.
I believe so. So there's a lot of players that the ability for those super seniors to come back really kind of was a game changer for a lot of teams.
But when you look at the All-A field for this year for the second region, you've got Lyon County sitting there, University Heights Academy, you guys. I mean, it's going to be a loaded field for that. It is.
It should be a fun event. After the first round, they kind of all go to UHA, but it's just going to be a fun times.
Well, Chuck Mitchell, the Lady Tiger head coach, was in here with us last week, and we were talking about the COVID thing, and of course last year we didn't have a pregame or a jump ball to start the game. We had a pregame coin flip, which was a little weird, but Chuck says we're going back to actually tossing the ball up this year.
I think that's right. We did it this summer. Most summer games we, toss the ball up, and some of the players were just in awe there a little bit that we actually jumped for the ball. And I told several people last year we probably won more tips last year in the coin toss than we did in a normal year. Yeah. But yeah, it'll be good to hopefully get the game back to complete normal and be able to get a lot of fans in the stands and create that atmosphere that we missed for the last year.
Yeah, we talked about it some last week, but I'd be all right with just going back to having a jump ball every time there's a tie-up.
Yeah, it would definitely change the game.
Or at least in the last 5 minutes or whatever. I hate to think that a game gets decided late, because the possession arrow is pointing one way or the other.
Right. Well, there's a lot that goes into it, and you knowing the arrow and knowing it does change the game, and that would change the game as far as every jump ball being a jump. Whether if you're in a position and a jump ball is going to happen and that you're going to have to jump for it versus knowing you get the arrow.
Right.
It changes whether do I call a timeout, do I not call a timeout, do I let it ride. So there's a lot of things that just could change the game a little bit.
Looking ahead to district tournament time, and one good thing, I guess, from COVID, if we can take it as a positive, is we get to have the district tournament again this year. So
that's right.
That's always big.
It is. It's always nice to play at home as much as you can, whether it's regular season or in a tournament, but have the district tournament here, and especially when it's going to be such a competitive field, to be able to play at home is going to be it's going to be a big deal.
We're talking this morning with Tiger basketball head coach Daniel Cookie Hicko. Also, thanks to Tori Hammett for coming in earlier this morning and talking about the West Kentucky Hoops Classic. Need to get to a break on the show, but we'll continue here on the Sideline Report after this at 1580 103.3 WPKY.
Your WPKY Weather Edge Weather Center forecast is brought to you by Brantley Furniture.
Your WPKY Weather Edge Weather Center forecast, a 20% chance of rain early this morning, then it's going to gradually clear off. Be rather beautiful this afternoon with a high near 51. A west-northwest wind could be as high as 18 miles an hour. Tonight, clear skies with a low around 27, so that feels a little bit different than it did earlier this week. Then Friday, sunny with a high near 49. Friday night, mostly cloudy with a low around 28. And then we jump into the weekend where it's going to be a little bit warmer than these last couple of days. Saturday, partly sunny with a high near 56, and Saturday night, slight chance of showers after midnight with a low around 40. And then Sunday, a chance of shower sticks around, mostly cloudy with a high near 59 and a southwest wind that could be as high as 20 miles an hour. But going back to this afternoon, a little bit of rain showers early in the morning, high of 51 later today.
Trice Hughes has been serving Western Kentucky for over 60 years. Their experienced sales force, ASE certified techs, and all the friendly folks at Trice Hughes have worked to become your family's exclusive automotive dealer. The home team that's kept our families safe on the road for generations. From work to play and everything in between, your home team has what you need. Stop by and drive the difference. Our home team, Trice Hughes, Highway 91 North in Princeton.
You can always expect great things at Planters Bank. When we say expect great things, what we're really saying is Planters Bank is here to provide the financial services you need. Planters Bank believes in the strength of our community and is a full-service financial institution. Our employees have a true passion for helping our neighbors, and it shows. See Jake Pepper and the rest of the Planters Bank staff at 208 North Jefferson. Planters Bank, member FDIC and equal housing lender.
We are back on the Sideline Report at 1580 103.3 WPKY. Thanks for tuning in this morning. Again, we appreciate Tori Hammett coming in and talking about the West Kentucky Hoops Classic. Right now, Daniel Cookie Hicko, the Tiger basketball head coach, is with us in the studio. And Daniel, we mentioned the scrimmage is coming up and the start of the season, which again, November 30th at the Cab against University Heights. But Tiger fans, Lady Tiger fans, we have a chance to meet the team next week.
Next week, the Tuesday before Thanksgiving. So it's coming up very, very quickly. Just a few days away. Tiger Madness. Going to start at 6 p.m. We're going to make that kind of our media day. We've got, Todd and Your Sports Edge. We got some other, the banner, and I'm going to miss somebody. The Times Leader, I think, is coming. Red Elephant. There's going to be a lot of picture taking there. We'll say that. We're going to do that earlier in the day, and then kind of open it up to floor. We're going to have some students at the high school that are making some photo backdrops. Give an opportunity for the parents and their player to get some pictures on the court in front of some Tiger themed signs, just to create some memories, and then we'll start Tiger Madness at 6 o'clock.
Well, it's just great that we can make plans and everything is going on schedule this year, because this time last year we were sitting here not really sure when or if the season was going to even start.
That's right. We kept pushing it back, and then it changes the schedule a little bit. And then obviously last year, an event like this wouldn't even been possible. We couldn't even talk about it. But we're hopefully an all-go this year on this event, and it's just a great way for the community to meet this year's team and see this year's team, this year's cheerleaders as well, and see kids back doing some normal things.
You mentioned the first scrimmage for you guys is Saturday up at Grayson County, and that's a pretty good haul. How did you guys kind of get Grayson County on the schedule?
Well, they've hosted a scrimmage jamboree for several years, and so I contacted their coach. They were looking for another team, and they have games. I think there's 5 or 6 games over the course of that day, and they matched up. Just so happened we're matched up with Grayson County, and they're going to be a solid team. They bring back 3 double-digit scores off last year's team. So they're going to be a solid opponent for us just coming out of the gate. And I told the guys yesterday, I said scrimmages are they're good for a lot of different reasons. One, you want to win every game, even if it's a scrimmage. But it's an opportunity for us to see, kind of where we're at this point. What we need to work on, opportunities for us to see some things that typically we may not try during a regular season game, but put some guys in there in some spots where you want to see how they react against another opponent. So we're excited about that one, as well as the McLean County, and playing. We'll do in both scrimmages. We'll do a varsity scrimmage. McLean County or Grayson County is going to be a full game, and then we'll do 2 12-minute running clocks for JV/freshman, and then we'll do the same thing, pretty similar at here against McLean County.
Well, and with as many guys as you have this year, you need all that scrimmage time you can get.
Absolutely, and a lot of new faces. As we talked about 6, 7 guys coming back from last year's team, but there's also 6, 7 guys that are coming in that we just need to see against somebody other than ourselves. You look at the rest of the guys that I haven't mentioned. Ryan Hammett, Jay Turner, Cade Rowland, Leighton Wall, Luke Maddox. Those guys, they're you want to give everybody. That's what scrimmages are for. An opportunity to give everybody a chance to get out there, compete, and kind of see where, as a coach, see where everybody on your team's at.
A former Tiger off to a good start this season with his college basketball team. Darian Boyd's filling it up for Georgetown.
He is. Man, he's fun to watch. He was fun to coach, and now he's fun to watch, still wearing that Tiger uniform. And the thing about it is he just I think every year he's gotten better, and he's Coach Briggs does a good job down there with him, and watching him play. And the good thing is being, I guess, 3.5 hours away, you don't get the opportunity to drive there all the time, but they watch most every game online and just see him continue to do what he does well.
Georgetown's kind of a throwback. I think they're averaging 100 points a game, and just one of those teams that they don't take a lot of time to get a shot up.
No, they do not. I think their shot clock's about 6 seconds, and they're trying to score and then get it back and go score again. So,
well, Darian's averaging about 20.5 points a game this season, and shooting about 53% from the floor, which is really good for a guard.
It is. He's, we were talking about somebody earlier, yesterday, just about scoring, 20 points a game, and everything. Well, it's not, sometimes it gets overlooked. Scoring 20 points in a high school basketball game is difficult. Doing it in college is even more difficult because you're playing, bigger, better defenders and coaches that are, good defenders to rotate in and off of you, and so it's pretty cool to see him have that success.
Well, he had 32 points earlier this year in a game, which was his college career high, but he had 40-something over at University Heights one night, so we remember him putting up some pretty big numbers here, too.
He did. We were talking about him the other day at the lunch table, I don't remember how his name came up, just talking about, him scoring 40, him and Tandy over there that one night, and then, the Paducah Tillman, the dunk here that he, and to be honest, I still not really sure where that came from because legs were hurting, and he just, it was a big point in the game, good 2A Classic win for us, and just all the things that he and that class did. He and John Davis kind of started with a class of 8 or 10 in that group, and then ended up with those guys. So it was just good to reminisce on those times.
Well, as far as this season goes, again, first scrimmage is this Saturday, another scrimmage on Wednesday. That'll be here. And then the season opener November 30th at home against University Heights Academy. So the season is right on top of us. What would be a successful year for you guys this season?
I say the same thing every year. We want to compete in every single game we play. And I think our mentality is that, we try to define success in a lot of different ways, other than just the scoreboard. Obviously, that's what everybody looks at. But there's a lot of things that we want to be a better team at the end of the season than we are right now, skill-wise, team-wise, chemistry-wise, and all those different aspects. So I think that's if we can. It's hard to. We have some things that, obviously every team wants to, win a district championship, win a regional championship, win a state championship, and it's only possible for one team in each of those. So those are definitely goals. But I think, just competing in every game, that's something that we think is measurable. Did we leave it on the court? Did we compete by the stats? So I think that's kind of how we're going to define success.
Should be a fun season, and again, the West Kentucky Hoops Classic in there December 27th and 28th. That's always a big deal, and like I said earlier, I'm just kind of glad we've got all these things on the schedule and we're moving forward with them, and hopefully the COVID thing keeps going away, and we just get to have a normal basketball season this year.
That's right, and I can't leave here without giving a shout out to a couple. One, my wife and girls, Kayla, Hadley, and Everly. They look to. They just support me in a lot of ways, which I'm very thankful for them. But then also, our trainer Mike Long, he probably puts more hours than any coach in our district in, just with taking care of our guys. Does a great job with that. And then also, a couple of guys have been hanging around the gym with me, Coach Cash and Coach Oliver, Jesse Oliver. All three were Tiger alumni, and Coach Cash has been with us several years, and just does a lot of things that don't get seen, but definitely I don't overlook them. And then Coach Oliver coming to us this year, we've been working out with him at Trilogy for several years with our team, and then having him in the gym and having his credibility and his work ethic and his discipline has really helped our guys along. So we're excited to have him in there as well.
Well, thanks for coming in this morning. Always appreciate the time, and good luck to the Tigers this season.
Thank you.
That is Tiger head coach Daniel Kukihiko. Also, again, thanks to Tori Hammett for coming in and talking about the West Kentucky Hoops Classic this morning. That's going to wrap us up here on the Sideline Report for this Thursday morning. Thanks a lot for joining us here on 1580, 103.3 WPKY.
WPKY, Princeton.
Fox News, I'm Karen McHugh. The defense phase has begun in a high-profile murder trial in Georgia.